2022. Nuri Martinez resigned from the Los Angeles City Council. This came a few days after the world heard Nuri and other elected members of the council speak disparagingly about black people, indigenous people, and others.
There's a white guy with a little black kid bouncing off the effing walls on the floor. There's nothing you can do.
And what participants believed was a private conversation. Racism, colorism, homophobia, and bigotry were exposed like never before. The effort to undermine the political influence of black fellow citizens was specifically targeted by these so-called leaders. Everyday people stormed the doors of City Hall demanding immediate resignations. Even the President of the United States called for resignations. On Thursday, October 12th, 5 to 7 p.m., KBLA Talk 1580 will host a day of dialogue on the anatomy of anti-black racism and bigotry in Los Angeles with an all-star panel of civic leaders. Don't miss this conversation. Thursday, October 12th, live from 5 to 7 p.m. with an encore performance from 7 to 9 p.m. only on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
As we approach the end of this retreat, it is time to face the facts of life. You cannot make contact with a mirage. You cannot make contact with a hallucination. You cannot make contact with a projection. And you cannot make contact with anything unless you yourself are real. And so a self-image can't make contact with a self. A self-concept can't make contact with anything but another concept. And the entire project of the ego to make contact with another is a complete fraud. A chasing after memories of what never was and never can be. An ongoing nostalgia, a teleological nostalgia. And let's face the facts. Teleology itself is an illusion. If you can't make contact in the present, there is no future in which you'll be able to make contact with those hallucinations either. So all those drawings of setting sail for some beautiful future, aren't they just as much in the imaginary and a way of avoiding the pain that there is nothing to make contact with? This is a hologram, a simulation, an illusion. There is nothing out there. And the one you think you are, who is so lonely because there is nothing and no one out there for you, isn't real either. There's no one out there and there's no one in here. And all of the dreams and the fantasies and the negative self-attacks as well as the positive illusions of some beautiful future, all of them are avoidance of making contact with the oneself.
Oh, Lord. Andy, who was that? Andy, Lord have mercy. The voice of reason back in the building. Y'all hear the stories? It's all over the internet. You thought Zoe was going to let it slide? No. No, sorry bobbles. I remember just a couple of years ago, they was relationship goals. Huh? Beyonce and them, relationship goals. Huh? Jada and them, relationship goals. And now, you starting to see the mess that all of us are. I've been saying it for years. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody got it together. Right? Oh, I want to love like Will and Jada. Oh, Bay and Jay. Oh, hey. Tonight's topic. Because I'm mad. Listen, Robin Ayers' last caller hit it on the head. Whoever that brother was, he hit it on the head. Marcel. From LA. He said, they got me. They duped me. The marketing and the promotion machine. I've been telling y'all for years. I say, listen here. This is a toxic society. I done quoted J. Krishnamurti 154,000 times. It is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a sick society. A sick society is ran by sick people. And that is what maintains the sickness or the toxicity in the society. Anything you see, I'm sorry, okay. Let me say it another way. You rarely see the truth on social media. You rarely see what is real on social media. We talked about it yesterday. What was it, yesterday? We talked about it yesterday. About the mask, wearing the mask, the persona, keeping up appearances. These folks kept up appearances for Hollywood's sake for 7 years. And when the opportunity comes to make some bread, new book time, You can't sell a book without some controversy. You got to put a little skin in the game. So tonight's topic. I've been telling y'all for a long time. I'm sorry. I've been telling you for a long time. Real love. Oh, love ain't real. Love ain't. I said, boy, that is a product of the toxicity of the society in which you live. Your spirit know. Your mama and them knew. When the world started to change, it's different around here. Some different around these parts. I ain't used to being in this kind of life. Listen. When the world starts to change, and I'm not saying technological advances isn't good, aren't good. Technological advances are exceptionally good. But you got to make sure that your psychological and your spiritual advances are keeping pace with the technological advances, or you just gonna be monkeys running machines. And we've been saying this for, love is not real. I've heard that. It's all over the internet. Love is not enough. Love does not, love ain't real. Love ain't enough. Love ain't gonna pay the bills. That's because you're firmly entrenched in the toxicity of this world. Tonight's topic, unconditional love versus what Zoe has coined liberty love. Why liberty? Because if you get an old Black's Law dictionary, it will tell you the legal definition of the term liberty. Liberty is freedom within constraints. In other words, unconditional love versus conditional love. Most of us are in relationships that operate on liberty love. And if no healing has taken place, then those constraints tend to be inflexible. Deal breakers. This is why a concept like deal breakers actually exist. Deal breakers in this society are more substantive and real than actually being able to experience unconditional love. That's why you can double down on your deal breaker. Because you know you have no chance in hell to really experience unconditional love. Oof. Closest thing you got to it is mother to child. And even mama got conditions for that child. Ooh, unconditional love versus liberty love. Navigating the path to healthy relationships. Join the conversation on unconditional love and loving liberty within relationships. It's going to be a different one. Are there limits to unconditional love? Let's explore the boundaries of love and its endless potential. People say, it ain't real. Wisdom from the masters. Insights on unconditional love. Tonight you're going to learn from Jesus. You're going to learn from Buddha. You're going to learn from Laozi. You're going to learn from Krishna and others on the essence of love. But y'all don't want that love. You want liberty love. This is what I'll agree to. I hear people say it all the time. A relationship is what two people agree on. You give your intellect enough credit to draw out a psychological framework for you two works in progress to make a healthy relation. Oh, Lord. Knock it off. 1-800-920-1580. Hey, listen, this is an open conversation. You don't have to agree with me. Your perspective is absolutely wanted here. Let's get into the questions. Do we live in a loveless society? 1-800-920-1580. Let's keep up appearances. We don't want to ruin the we don't want to ruin the image that we have built in this false reality. The man said it was a matrix. Wow. True or false? Being in love with someone and someone being in love with you is very rare. Are modern marriages, couples, and relationships even capable of loving each other unconditionally? 1-800-920-1580. Can you really do it? Huh? As long as you're wounded. As long as you're wounded, can you love unconditionally? We're going to go into that. Are there limits to unconditional love? Or do those limits only apply to liberty love? Liberty, from the Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, written in 1951, liberty, the legal term, means freedom within constraints. Some people would say, oh, that liberty might be boundaries. I contend that 98% of all the boundaries most people have created for their relationships have been co-written by their fears and their ego. So it ain't really constraints, it's really prison. Conditional love, I'm speaking of. Oh, Lord, when we come forward in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, we gonna turn it all the way up tonight.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the Black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. People with disabilities are extremely talented, resilient problem solvers that have so much to offer. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
thinking, all night wondering why love has to change. You kiss me, but it's not real. Tell me what happened. Are we living a lie, baby? Is that magic gone? Ooh, do you feel the same way you used to, girl? Ooh, tell me, is it wrong for us to love like this? How deep is your love? How deep is your love?
See, people are mistaking their love and their relationship. You must separate these two things. Love is what you are. Love is something that you experience within yourself. Relationship is what you do. How you relate to this person, how you relate to this person, how you relate to this person is entirely different, because the transactions cannot be same with everybody. Your child comes, you grab him and put him on your lap. Your neighbor comes, you don't do such things. You'll just do this, but with the same amount of love you can do it. Your dog comes, with the same amount of love you do different things for him. If this distinction is there, all relationships will go well.
Wow. Wow. It's a rare thing, this elusive love. Why is love elusive? Why is it so hard to maintain? Why do relationships suffer from entropy? Love, the most profound and complex emotion known to humanity, has been a subject of contemplation for philosophers and spiritual leaders and therapists throughout history. On tonight's show, we will explore the contrasting concepts of unconditional love and love within constraints, liberty love, delving into the perspectives of influential figures such as Christ, Buddha, Laozi, Krishna, Paramahansa Yogananda, the great Krishnamurti, Babaji, Wayne Dyer, Pema Chandran, and Eckhart Tolle, just to name a few. By examining their teachings, we aim to shed light on the question of whether a liberty-based love or an absolute unconditional love is more beneficial for couples. Now, what's really interesting here for me is that people mistake spiritual people, quote-unquote, so-called spiritual people, whether they're religious, whether they're of your particular faith, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Taoism, Buddhism, whatever. You listen, even the highest of the high is flawed in some way. No disrespect, we just saw the Dalai Lama ask to lick a boy's tongue, or ask a little boy to suck his tongue. We saw that. He apologized, of course, but who cares? You ask my son to do that, we fighting. I don't care what color robe you got on. I don't care how old you are, I'm gonna knock you off your little throne. I'm sorry. Right? So we look at people and they've reached this massive level of success. They've reached this place in the world where they have all of these things, all of these accoutrements. And then they begin to espouse spiritual jargon. And we look at them like they get it, they understand it. We only say they understand it, right? Because they're in a better place as defined by this society than we are. So we give them, we aggrandize them, we put them on a pedestal. And I'm here to tell you, starting with me, nobody's perfect. You should never look at somebody else's relationship and be like, oh, I wish I could have something like that. You don't know what kind of problems they got. You don't know what kind of trauma they're dealing with or concealing. You don't know what kind of agreement they made. And just because, you saw it in Zynga. And Zynga in the chat room put it in terms. Goals. I mean, for a few years, everything was relationship goals. And they using examples of people. They use examples of Steve Harvey and Marjorie. They use examples of Jay-Z and Bey. They use examples of Jada and Will. We use examples of people because we think they're better than us. You want the best relationship you've ever been in? You better get to work on yourself. You want the best, most fulfilling relationship you've ever been in? You better get to work on yourself. This is not an indictment against Will and Jada. They're human beings. I don't blame them for whatever they're going through, and however they're trying to deal with it, let them deal with it the way they deal with it. Oh, man. When I come forward, we're going to get into the callers. I got way more questions. So right now, news, traffic, and sports is on the way. We got a lot to talk about.
You run your fingers through my hair. You tell me you love me. You act like everything between us is alright, girl. But you know that it's not true. You love me, or do you wanna leave me?
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Jackson City Council in Mississippi has voted unanimously to approve a resolution renaming a portion of MLK Drive in honor of the late Hinds County Judge Loretta Stokes. According to the resolution, the street's name will not be officially changed, but signs will be erected that honorarily recognizes Stokes as the first black woman judge in the history of Hinds County. Morgan State University in Baltimore will be a less open campus following the homecoming week shooting that left 5 people wounded. During a recent town hall, University President Dr. David Wilson said the HBCU will add 8,000 feet of fencing, effectively closing 90% of the campus. Wilson, who is black, says it's not to keep out neighbors and the community, but to keep out the bad actors. In addition, there are plans to place an armed MSU police officer in front of the Thurgood Marshall Residence Hall 24/7. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
We boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed
rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose America.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
Hi, I'm MC Light. You know me as the rapper. But guess what? I am the CEO of Sunny Girl Incorporated. We call it SGI. And SGI undoubtedly has a Cadillac, an Escalade to be exact. It's luxury at its finest. It's black, it's sleek, it's clean, and I can show up to any red carpet or any event and feel like I'm flossy. I love it. Cadillac.
Visit Cadillac.com for more.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
As we go a little something like this.
Hey, it is me, D.L. Hughley, and I am thrilled to be heard weekdays in my hometown on KBLA Talk 1580. So check out the D.L. Hughley Afternoon Show weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a whole lot to talk about, let me tell you. That's for the real.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Look at me, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention Siri. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. So just lay back your mind. Someday everybody tuning in to soul. Cause he is
You know, one of the things we could investigate on that front is whether or not love in any real sense can be unconditional. right? Because if the love is unconditional, it doesn't have an element of encouragement towards an ideal. There's nothing that's discriminating and judgmental in the way that's elevating, because everything you do is instantly, well, it's all loved.
Hey, Jordan, that's Jordan Peterson, right? Hey, don't bring your Western mind on to love, buddy. I normally agree with Jordan, but he's off on this one. And that's what happens. We try to bring a linear lens to something that is non-linear. Spirituality. Love is spirituality. I know a lot of y'all don't understand that, but that's what it is. And because you live in a society that is spiritually penurious, spiritually impoverished, love seems foreign because it's so rare. When's the last time you saw a platinum bar? Just a big bar of platinum. When's the last time you seen that? It's rare. And people who are in relationships somehow think that they got it. The times are good, the barbecue is sweet, everything delicious, and then some problems happen, and then you start to see the cracks. And you start to realize this ain't platinum at all. This is copper. I'm just here to bring it out. I know you don't want to hear it tonight. Unconditional love versus liberty love. Many of us are in a space of liberty love. We got callers on the line. Let's get them on. Who's been on the longest? Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here.
What's up, Zoe? Man, I was asking myself about this question. I'm gonna start with myself. The relationship I have with myself. Do I love myself unconditionally? And I'm thinking if I can love myself unconditionally, then I can love someone else unconditionally. Now, there are some things that happen in my life that will throw me off that I may not like about myself, but I always come back to loving me. So if I always come back to loving me and I'm thinking I can do the same thing in a relationship. You asked the question is, are we living in a loveless society? Nah, I think love is the only thing that's true, that's real in this society. Everything else is an illusion.
Keep going. You cooking.
That
Keep
works.
going.
That works for me. Now, as far as the other 4 billion people on this earth, I don't know. I know me, and I have to answer for me. And so I take it one day at a time for me, because I know that's what I can handle. And I also know I'm not perfect. So if I'm not perfect, then I give myself grace, and I give other people grace, because we are not on point all the time. So I expect you to love me as best you can every day. And that's enough for me, because I know you're doing all you can do to love me as best you can. Now your best might be different than my best. And on one day, my best may be 4 times what it is today. But all I can do is the best I can today. And that gives me the space to be human, to surprise myself sometimes, to be disappointed in myself sometimes, whatever it is. But at least it's true. And I can't be disappointed with the truth, because that's what it is. That's all I can do. And, as far as putting these unreachable limits or unreachable expectations on who I am or what my woman does or whatever, that sets me up for failure every time. I just expect you to be the best you every day. Now, I'm a better me today than I was yesterday, just because of some things that I went through today. And, you have tests sometimes. You don't have a test in class every day. But when you do, I hope you pass it. And, life itself is the test, man. And as long as we stay in the game and make a conscious effort to be here, wholly, solely here every day, be present every day in what we're doing, that puts us in a position to be the best we can every day. And that's all we can expect, man. That's it.
Man, what did you just do, brother? What did you just do?
two things. I spoke with my brother Zoe, and I brought Austin into the building.
He brought Austin, Texas in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building and join this conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. My brother, Reggie. Man, Reggie be cooking, man. Austin, Texas is on the board. Can I get my brother Sean? Can I get brother Sean from Reno, Nevada in the building? Get in here.
Hey, brother. Well, I love Reggie, and you know, he hits on a very important point, and you do it in your books and also your talks. You know, we have to deal with our wounds. We have to deal with ourselves. We have to make sure. The way I see it is, are you going to be a leader, right? If you're actually going to be a leader in the clubhouse, we used to say way back in the day, you have to take care of yourself. But if you're looking at other people, it's wonderful if you look to these other people that you hold up to a high regard and you say, I would like to have some of those things that they have. But you shouldn't look at them like they're gods or that they're infallible or that they're better than you because they have so much money, because that's ridiculous. And I think it's proven out multiple times, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure Jada Smith and Will Smith are decent people and do good things, blah, blah, blah. But their relationship probably wasn't what we all thought it was, right? Mm-hmm. And so just because you have all that money and all that fame and everything doesn't mean that you're going to have this kind of relationship that you are striving for. Mm-hmm. And just like I was telling you last night about self-deception, you know, my wife goes out and does a Vegas thing with all the girls. I love that, except it just turned out I was a little jealous because I didn't see the normal social media stuff and all that, but that's me. That has nothing to do with my better half. My better half laughed at me, brother. She was like, what do you think I was doing? You know, what do you think? And I said, well, you know, I'm just telling you the truth. So I think if you tell your better half the truth, or you tell your significant other the truth, or your early relationship the truth, and you're always open, you know, you have that opportunity to have a real relationship. And then you can never shut down the fact that when you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling a little out of sorts, you have to tell the other person, whether it's the girl, the guy, whatever. You tell them, then they're going to feel like, yeah, you actually care.
Right. Hey, Sean, once again, man, we appreciate the insight.
Thanks, brother.
Reno, Nevada is in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, you know the details. Here it is, 1-800-920-1580. All you got to do is call me. No judgment. Everybody's opinion matters. Get in here, talk to me. When I come forward, trust me, I've got a lot to talk about.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Happy birthday, Metro K-Line. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, it's time you made today a K-Line day. The K-Line can connect you with fun, food, friends, and family from Crenshaw to Inglewood in one safe, clean, comfortable ride. Take the K-Line today and experience the diversity that makes LA such a great place to live, work, and play. Make it a K-Line day. Go Metro. Visit metro.net/K-Line.
A sense of peace. A place to kick back and put down roots. A lasting legacy. However you define home, at City National, we're committed to helping you get there with our City National Ladder Up Home Loan Program. Find the full benefits at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National Bank, here for our clients and communities. Ladder Up program is available only in select areas. Terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS ID 536994.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Have you ever been in a relationship that was based on conditional love? Most of us can say yes. In fact, I would venture that the majority of us live in conditional relationships because there's very few unconditional relationships. Unconditional is when the person loves you so intensely. It's a kind of love God has for us. Many people will think and say to me, well, parents love their children unconditionally. Are you sure? Actually, unconditional love is taught to us by our parents. If you had parents who you felt growing up that they loved you if you would get good grades, or if you did the right thing, or they loved you because you were a star athlete. You see, unconditional love are all those superficial things. If some person loves you because of your looks, if some person loves you because of what you do, if some person makes their life about your persona or what you are on the outside, usually unconditional love means the person doesn't really know you on the inside. And if they did, they would probably reject you if you changed the outside part of you that they really love. The problem with
True or false? Do you agree or disagree with that? I wholeheartedly disagree, but that's okay. Who cares what I think? I want to know what you think. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Get ready, get ready, get ready. We got callers from all over the nation. Let's get them in here now. In Zynga, it's your time to shine. Holla at me.
Hey, good evening.
Hey,
How are you, Mr. Zoe?
I'm good. Talk to me. What do you think about tonight's topic?
Good. It's a good topic. I don't agree with the woman who was just speaking. I feel like the message before that or the clip before that resonated a little bit more because and it made me, I had like an aha moment because I can't remember verbatim what she said, but just kind of paraphrasing it. That unconditional love can almost be like you're enabling a person. And when you get in that comfortable love, it doesn't always allow you to grow. It doesn't challenge you because there's no friction. And so I think you can become stagnant. And the conditions, I think I like the sound of boundaries better. Because I think with the unconditional love, there are no boundaries, so you can kind of run amok. And I feel like unconditional love is always like long suffering. That's how it's always presented. You can just keep on doing. But the conditions, when somebody says, "Oh, nobody loves me unconditionally," maybe they just won't let you take advantage of them. Maybe they won't.
Keep going.
Maybe they'll hold you accountable. You may have to get up in the morning and brush your teeth, little stuff like that. But I guess what people feel like they just want to kind of maybe run over you. So like, oh, you don't love me like you say you do. I do love you, but I think boundaries, all healthy relationships have them.
So can I offer this to you, Nzinga?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we put lofty ideas and concepts on a low-level mind. Unconditional love does not belong to a manipulator. You are defining a manipulator.
You're cooking now.
You see what I'm saying? You just define somebody that's playing games, that want to play.
But
unconditional
they say,
love.
You don't let me.
Let me just say that they playing. As soon as somebody say you don't really act like you love me. Oh, you're a child. You're a spiritual child. You over here trying to manipulate. I get it. Unconditional love is synonymous with freedom. And I mean unconditional freedom. It's synonymous with God. There's no differentiation between God and unconditional love. Love in itself, right? We're calling it unconditional love because we're differentiating it from conditional love. People play games and then try to use love as the ultimate trump card. That's when they expose themselves.
But even when she said, okay, so for me, God sees the end from the beginning. That's just, that's how I see it. So his love is maybe more agape than unconditional, because if he sees the end from the beginning, he knows there's going to have to be some things that he might have to put in there for you to grow.
But see, somebody told somebody, and I don't know who these two somebodies are, but somebody told somebody that unconditional love is without contention, without challenge, with you understand, without struggle. Yeah. Somebody told somebody. Now, I don't know either one of them people, but somebody told somebody else that unconditional love doesn't have contention, and that's simply not the case.
It is not. It's not. And as I learned boundaries, because before I thought people, they were just being mean, but no, that was their boundary and you didn't have any. So it appeared like maybe they were being standoffish, they were being mean, but they were just exerting a boundary. And as I do that, and me loving me, then I have room to give you that unconditional/conditional.
So wait, watch me hit you. Watch me hit you with this, Nzinga.
Okay.
Where do the conditions exist within unconditional love? I'll wait.
Where do the conditions exist within the unconditional love? Mr. Zoe, I don't know, but if you say it, I'll probably have my light bulb moment.
But do you understand? We are too low-minded to speak of such a thing like God and unconditional love. There is no condition within unconditional love. Conditions only exist where there is fear. And where there is fear, there can be no love. I'm sorry. Somebody told somebody. Now, I don't know these two people, but somebody told some. See, this is how you protect yourself. This is how you protect yourself from being hurt. You got to have boundaries. But if you're a work in progress and you're always subject to growing because you're always working on yourself, then guess what? Every boundary you create has a time limit. Do you know how many people got forever boundaries?
Yeah. And your boundaries should change.
Yes.
As you grow spiritually.
So the boundaries have to be pliable. Those are what I call soundries. When they're inflexible, I call them cloundries. And you're calling clowns in because those boundaries serve as a beacon for busters.
Yeah.
I know people don't want to hear it this way tonight, but I love you, and Nzinga, guess what you did?
Bro, Pensacola in the building?
Pensacola, Florida is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Check it out. I'm about to go forward. When we come forward, you know I'm going to come back and hit you upside the dome piece on your way home from Jones Beach. We got a lot to talk about. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. We on fire tonight.
Only you can make this feeling grow. So love me till